Welcome back to the Southern 500 as lap 193 goes on the board. Sterling Marlin is out front. Dale Jarrett is in second. There's perhaps no more memorable race at this old famous racetrack than the 1985 Southern 500, held 17 years ago today. And you guys in the booth should know what happened on that day. That was the day Bill Elliott got his nickname $1 Million Bill. Now back then, the $1 million bonus offered up by the folks at RJ Reynolds was a little harder to come by. You had to win 3 of NASCAR's 4 Crown Jewel races. Bill won the Daytona 500, the Winston 500 at Talladega, and of course the Southern 500 here at Darlington. And who can forget that famous shot of all the money raining down in Victory Lane? Now there will be another No Bull 5 event next week at Richmond. Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett are eligible for that bonus. Another couple of Ford drivers, guys.
And $1 million back then, BP. That was like $5 million now.
Oh, that's a lot of money. But you know, that was probably the best and worst thing that ever happened to Bill, because it brought so much attention on him and his team that they just were not ready for. And they never had the success after 1985 that they won a championship and they won races, but they really didn't have that. They were not that dominant
that
year.
Yeah, well, even in '85, Benny, they won 11 times and still lost the championship. Perhaps because of some of the distraction that came from Labor Day weekend.
And winning that $1 million.
But it certainly did wonders for the sport. So much attention was focused on this race and that driver that weekend that it was one of the events that propelled the growth of NASCAR racing.
And right now, Bill Elliott has gotten to the point that he can win $5 million and can handle it.
Yeah.
But they struggled with it back in 1985, as anyone would.
I don't know how much I'd have struggled with $1 million. I'm still waiting to find out.
I'd like to try that.
All right, we're getting set to go back racing. Sterling Marlin's the leader. Dale Jarrett is second. Jeff Burton third. Jimmy Johnson fourth. And Ricky Craven is fifth. There are 23 cars on the lead lap. And they've just waved off the start. Sterling Marlin, I think, was the one who just radioed in that there's a pile of oil dry inside turn 1 he'd like to see cleaned up. So we're not going racing quite back yet here in Darlington.
Jeff Gordon has fond memories of Darlington. 5 wins here, 4 in the Southern 500, and a couple of $1 million thrown in along the way. Before the pit stop, he was running third. As you can see right there, he came out 11th. The reason for that is they had a lug nut hang on the left front tire. They took the 5 off, then went to put the new tire on, put the wheel on there, sized it up, and when they hit the first lug nut, it stuck in the gun. So they worked to get it out, Pit stop ended up 19.80 seconds. So that definitely hurt them, dropping Jeff Gordon back in the field. Matt, how about the 97?
Well, Bill, they were still working on that right side. Remember, we showed you the video of him slapping the wall. But the bigger concern now is the front valence. Jimmy Finnick told Kurt that it seems like it's bending up right near the left front corner. So they're going to work on that in the next stop. And another concern may possibly be the weather. The team feels like rain is about 30 minutes out. They've warned Kurt, as the 9 cars warned Bill Elliott as well. But Jimmy Finnick told me, we don't care when it hits, we're going to the front, and we're going to have to go fast. Dave.
Matt, Elliott Sadler has had a steady ride now. I believe he's up to about 14th position. He started 25th today. I talked to Pat Trice and his crew chief. They've made good 4-tire stops. The last one to fix a tight condition on the car. They made a track bar adjustment. Interestingly, I talked to Leonard Wood, his car owner, this morning, co-car owner, who's won 8 times here before with other drivers. They got it together this spring when Elliott finished second. That was his best finish here ever. And Leonard told me that sometimes it's just a situation where you need to get a driver, a track, and a setup all together. And this spring was the first time it really happened for Elliott and the Wood Brothers team. Alan?
Yoakum, did you just use the R word?
I said it's going to be a right nice day down here on pit road. I never said rain.
Okay, good. I was worried about that. You know, talked about Leonard Wood, the crew chief on this 21 car for many, many years. One of the greatest pleasures of my career happened last night. I inducted Leonard into the National Motorsports Press Association Hall of Fame. And what a thrill. What a great man he is.
98 wins as crew chief for the famed Wood Brothers team for Leonard Wood. As we told you on Countdown to Green, Dale Inman, Bud Moore, and Pioneer NASCAR promoter Ed Otto also inducted into the Stock Car Hall of Fame last night. pole car. First one a lap down in 24th place. Trying to see if he can get by Dale Jarrett and Sterling Marlin.
Jeff Burton, the 99 car, gets on the inside of Kenny Strader. He's trying to catch those two front cars, running in third spot.
Top 23 running on the lead lap. And we are just past the 200 lap mark here in the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Weather conditions today must be
we got Craven up on the wall up there.
scraping along the outside, but he got away with it.
Well, I don't know if he did or not, Alan. He might have hit it too hard. He might have knocked the suspension, bent the suspension on the right side.
Now, is that an official Darlington strike?
Oh, yeah.
Credit earlier.
Definitely. That might be a crash. I don't know.
I don't see any smoke coming off yet.
No, I don't either.
Which is a good sign.
Okay. He's fallen back to 8th. Bill Elliott right behind him there in 9th, and Jeff Gordon in 10th.
Bobby Hamilton slow off turn 2.
Yeah, he was the 18th place car last time by Benny on the lead lap.
Ricky Craven went through that cushion of air we were talking about. There he goes, right into it, right there.
Yeah.
And watch Tony Stewart in big orange.
Right on the left side of your screen. Ooh. Oh, got loose. Up. He's in the wall as well. You know,
see if there's still some oil up there.
Well, it's oil dry or oil or something. It has to be. There's Hamilton up in the wall.
In front of you, easy, buddy, easy, clear, that away, that away.
So all those guys having that same problem up in 1 and 2. Obviously, it was oil that the crew missed. And 99 Jeff Burton is off the pace. What's going on here?
Caution flags out too.
I wonder if there's still some oil up there or debris, like you were saying, BP. And these guys said, "Hey, slickery up here."
The caution is for a report of oil in turn 2.
Okay, there you have it.
But what happened to Jeff Burton?
They hit the wall with the right side.
Oh, look at that. Look at the right front tire.
Took off and went straight, Frank.
Well done, Weber.
We're still talking it over, Benny, but he did brush the wall.
Well, to answer Frankie's question of how bad is it, that right front tire that's supposed to be facing north and south has got a little northeast and southwest in it.
I mean, whenever you see 2 or 3 cars hit the wall within 200 yards in the same lap or two, there's obviously something wrong with the racetrack.
Yeah, he didn't brush the wall, Bill. He hit it.
So that's 4 cars on 4 lead lap cars in 4 laps.
Let's change 4 tires first, okay? No fuel, okay? PK, tell the guy what you're gonna do. You go over with a stick on the other side. Just do 4 tires, and then we'll look at the toe on the other side. Put the fuel in it, and then let Andy know that after you guys put the fuel in it, then you jump back over. PK, you go with somebody to the right side of the car and do the string.
So they're going to string that car, BP, to see if they knocked the toe out when they got into the wall. Get those wheels pointed in the right direction.
Typical of Jeff Burton's luck this season. Bristol last weekend makes that charge up through traffic, running 5th, gets caught up in the accident. Here he's running in the top 5, gets into some of that oil.
See Tony Stewart also after his contact. He's in the pits. Bill, 20 car coming to you.
And Tony Stewart is in. This will be 4 tires and fuel. Obviously, they haven't been under green for very long, but they wanted to make one more adjustment. Tony's car was tight, then loose, loose, loose. They've been trying to tighten up just a little bit each time. Again, another adjustment, trying to tighten him up just a little bit. Pull the fender out on the right front because he got some damage when he hit the wall, and then he's on his way. So he got that damage hitting the wall, came in and got the 4 tires and goes back out.
Everybody else that was involved in those separate incidents has come into pit except for Ricky Craven. Ricky did not come down pit road here this time.
Hey, push the damage over there. We got time. Work on the fender, guys. Let's go. Work on the fender, please. Get the fender flat out there some, and then check the rear end eccentric, PK. Look at the rear end eccentric. Still pinned.
Bill?
Pull the right rear quarter
won't get any airtime with Frank Stoddard calling this pit stop. But they did find work. They did it fast, and then they started to come back, and Frank said, no, go back there and check it again. Remember, he said during the Discover Card Countdown to Green, he came off the wagon last week to help work on the car because he wanted some TV time. That's Frank's way of saying, look, this is how it's supposed to be done.
Okay, now they're getting all the report. That's PK, Pierre Coutel, explaining to Frankie exactly what's damaged on the car.
Here's the chief mechanic on that team.
Run the rear end.
All right, so they continue to try and get Jeff Burton back in the hunt here. And we are under caution here at Darlington. No question, Darlington's totally NASCAR territory. Hey, it's the Southern 500.